Good to be with you. So, yeah, let's begin. Find yourself a spot. And for those of you that are new, I do a lot of like really emphasizing listening to your body, listening to what feels good today. Maybe today is a day when you're really tired. I know a lot of people, I mean, there's a lot of like colds going around, but also just this general, the energy has been, it's been pretty heavy lately. And so if you're needing rest and restoration and rejuvenation and just laying down and listening to the meditation feels soothing, then do that. If you're noticing you want to be more upright, that's feeling good today, do that. If you're noticing that you want to be awake, but you're so sleepy, you can even stand to meditate. So choose the posture that is going to support you best today. Eyes open or closed um, is a question. I would encourage you to, once we get into the practice, to not be looking at the screen. I'm laughing because the self-conscious part of me doesn't like being looked at. But it's also because it's mostly because the idea is that going inward, is what we're aiming for. Now, I'll give some exceptions to that. If you have been through trauma or you're going through a difficult time right now, and maintaining a connection with me by keeping your eyes open and have ultimately what I'm saying is with posture, with eyes open versus closed, really feel into what's going to be most supportive to you today. And if going inward and really being in touch with your inner experience feels nourishing, then do that. And if that feels a little bit too dark or scary and you need to keep your eyes open, whether you're like looking at a painting or a tree or a plant, or whether you're needing a little more connection and you want to look at me, all of the above are options. So with that, let's just start some like really gentle movement. You can stand up if you want to. I'm going to stay sitting down. I've been quite fatigued lately for, you know, unknown reasons, but yeah. So, if you're standing up or sitting down, if you widen your hands so my palms are up and my hands are wide, and I'm just going to breathe in. Breathing in, imagining that I can kind of collect all this sunlight, tree energy, and then breathing out and allowing the hands to move. Imagining all that sunlight energy is just raining down my body, cleansing, purifying, releasing anything that's not mine. And then when my hands get to the bottom, I'm just going to shake them out. And I'm imagining that energetically or in your imagination, you're releasing sticky stuff from other people. You're releasing stuff that you don't need to be carrying around. I'm going to do that a couple more times. So breathing in and then breathing out and imagining Loving, nurturing energy moving through your body, perhaps lighting up the cells in your body, sweeping out, carrying with anything you don't need, down through the sacrum, down through the legs, down through the feet, right down into the ground, almost as if you were a tree, roots in the ground, shaking it out. And then another deep in breath, breathing in, imagining, nurturing light, and then allowing that light, that nurturing, that care to rain down on you, filling all the cells of your body with sunlight, with nurturing. Hands move down the body. Energy moves down through the sacrum, down through the feet. And anything you don't need is released down into the earth, where she can help you hold, help you recycle whatever is weighing you down. We often end with a little bit of chanting, but I've been noticing in my own practice how beneficial chanting before meditating has been. And there'll be some upcoming meditations where I'll teach you more complicated chants or complicated mantras. But for today, let's just keep it really simple. And I'm going to invite you, if you're able to make sound, to chant the sound of Om, but we're going to break it into its three sounds, which is Ah, Ooh, Mm. And these mantras, which is really the core sound of Om, of oneness, of unity. These sounds in Sanskrit were developed, this sound technology, if you will, to literally help us awaken from the inside, from the vibration, the frequency of your own voice. And if you're in a place, either physically or a place within yourself, where making sound just it's too uncomfortable, it feels too inaccessible, too anxiety provoking, no need to push. Just imagine the sound of this mantra reverberating through your body. Use your imagination and maybe even hear it, coming through the speakers, and imagine this frequency. It is helping to do things on a level that we don't understand yet. It is vibrating the cells, vibrating these energy centers in a way that we don't fully understand. But what I've been noticing with chanting is that it can change my state, or help me at least, maybe not change something or get rid of something, but give me more space. So, for example, I was feeling really angry the other day, and there's nothing wrong with anger. And I didn't want to act from a place of anger. And so I had about 20 minutes and I just did a chant that I've been listening to a lot lately. Chanted, felt it in my body, And I still could notice the anger. I could still feel it in my body, but I felt I had more space. I was less reactive. So chanting can be really useful for things like that, giving you space within difficult emotions. So, what we're going to do, just looking at the time, we're going to spend, they say anything from like 1 to 3 minutes can alter your state with chanting. And then 11 minutes is probably more where there's even more profound shifts. And then like 30 to 60 minutes if you can chant for that long, which is something, that usually takes most people a while to build up to. Um, then you're getting some more subtle, deeper benefits from chanting. Some people would say we're chanting the name of God. Some people would say you're feeling your own frequency, your own energy vibration, which has benefit. You don't have to assign any religious meaning to this. Um, I think your sound is your own medicine. And whether you are vocalizing it with your voice or whether you're just imagining the sound in your own being, both can have benefit. So we're going to do the simple sound of ah, ooh, mm. And it's going to sound like this. So I'm going to, if some of you are singers, you know about using your breath, modulating your breath. I'm not a singer and I have gone through phases of being very uncomfortable with my own voice. It's still not easy for me to chant in front of people. Um, so what I try to focus on is more so what I'm feeling inside my body than what the sound is coming out of my mouth. Because the benefit is coming from the reverberations inside the body rather than the sound coming out of your mouth. If you can be upright for chanting, it's usually easier, although when I'm super tired, I'll chant laying down. So, what we're going to do in a moment is you're going to take a really nice deep breath into the belly. So, let's just practice that at first. Really big, deep belly breath where the diaphragm is pushing down. And so your belly button will actually push out. So, if your pants are tight, if you can loosen your pants, a lot of people have a lot of self-consciousness about the belly, and so it can feel really weird to breathe fully into the belly. Like there's a tendency to want to hold and like, clench. So notice that if that's arising, if there's a discomfort or a like self-judgment about this part of your body, just see it, let it be there. Maybe even start to rub your belly, just kind of this, even if you don't feel kindness towards the body, doing some gestures, some ways of like showing like, and if you feel self-conscious about your belly, I've at times I've done this or clients have done this where you'll put like a blanket or something soft or a pillow in front of you just to give yourself a little bit of space to not have to maybe look at the discomfort directly right away, but yet underneath that your belly is soft. You might try that. And I'm going to move this just so you can see my belly moving. But if that feels safer and more comfortable to put something in front of your belly, do that. So we're going to breathe in deeply through the nose and we're going to breathe out slowly, feeling the mindful exhalation as the diaphragm shifts and the belly contracts slowly. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, just breathing. Ready whenever you're ready. So you'll see I'm filling up my belly first with air. It's not exactly a linear progression, but it's sort of like pouring water into a vase. The water is going to fill up the bottom first and then the lungs. And so it moves up, and then there's this expansion that moves up the body as you inhale. And then as you exhale, and what I've been doing is I've been pursing my lips. That's to slow down the exhale, which can have benefits on the nervous system. It can help you feel a little more calm. So as you breathe out, and then you'll see at the end, you don't have to do this, but at the end, there's even a little bit of like contracting of the belly to get all the air out. You could imagine that contraction, or you could actually do that a little bit, whatever feels right in your body today. All right. So at your own speed, you don't need to follow me. We're just going to do 3 deep belly breaths where we fill the belly first, belly expands, mid ribs, and then chest expanding. And then we're going to slowly exhale, pursed lips through the mouth, feeling the air leave the body bit by bit. So whenever you're ready at your own pace, just do the 3 deep breaths like that. Eyes open or closed, whichever you want. Notice the shifts in the body, belly, chest, shoulders. Notice the movement as you breathe out. Beginning again whenever you're ready. This one, really focus on expanding, getting as much air into that body as you can. Face softening with the exhale, shoulders softening. Let's do one more and pay attention. Lean into the softening of the body on the out breath, just noticing how that can be. You're allowing it, you're leaning into it, breathing in, breathing naturally, just noticing what you notice. Noticing if there's any shifts in your state from 4 breaths ago to now, just noticing. And then slowly moving the body however it feels good. And eventually, if you want, opening your eyes. If it feels good to keep them closed and stay more inward, then do that. So next we're going to add in sound. We're going to breathe the same that we just did, but we're going to add in sound. And the sound is coming not from here, from the throat. The sound is coming from the diaphragm. The sound is coming from you slowly allowing air to come out of your body. And the sound is just kind of the exact sound will be how you shape your mouth. And the first sound will be ah, and then it'll travel into the ooh, and then that will blend into the mm, where your lips are closed and you're just so you feel the vibration in your head and in your face. So just for a moment in your own pacing and timing, if you're able to make sound in your location and you want to, just see where you feel the ah, just at your own pace. Ah, ah, noticing where you felt that. I sort of felt it in my upper chest and in my throat. There's no right or wrong answer here. So just notice, let's do another ah, really tune in. If you can, close your eyes and just notice where you're feeling the ah in your body. Uh, remembering it doesn't matter what sound comes out of your mouth. What you're doing is you're tuning into the vibration of the sound in your body. So let's try ooh now. And again, if you're not able to make sound or today that doesn't feel comfortable, then just kind of imagining, hearing in your mind's eye what ooh would sound like. So just imagining yourself chanting it, even if you don't want to chant it or you decide not to today. At your own pace, breathing in deeply so that you have enough air to make the sound. And then on the exhale, relaxing into the sound of ooh. Ooh. So noticing where you felt the ooh in your body, wherever that was. And this next time we're going to do ooh again. I want you to see what it's like after the sound. So just notice what you notice in your body and your awareness after the sound when it's silent. See what you feel, if anything. There's no right or wrong here. We're just experimenting. So now the sound again is ooh. I'm breathing in deeply. Ooh. Yeah, so maybe you noticed something different about the quality of your awareness after the sound is finished. You know, there's no right or wrong. You might not notice anything different, and that's really okay. You might notice a subtle vibration still in your body. You might notice stillness. You might notice the mind feels a little clearer. You might find you have a little more awareness, or you might find that the mind gets louder. So, like, I don't want to make anything right or wrong or good or bad. It's not about that. It's about just using the silence after the sound to notice whatever's there, whatever is here in your experience today. None of it's right, none of it's wrong. There is no right and wrong. It's just how it is. So let's do ooh one more time, noticing the sound of the vibration in your body, feeling it in your body, and then noticing what's after in the silence. What's after somatically in your body, maybe emotions arise, maybe you notice the mind is still, maybe it's busy. We're just using this sound technology to bring us more into the present moment. And that's going to look different for each person in each moment of each day. So let's do ooh again and really tune into what's happening, what you're noticing in your awareness after the ooh, during the ooh, and after the ooh. Breathing in. Ooh. So noticing if the mind is still for a while after the sound, even bringing awareness to what is that first vibration of the mind? What is the mind saying? What are you noticing? Like what? And without giving too much like weight or credence to the content, just noticing that moment when the mind starts chattering again. And we don't want to make it bad or wrong. It's not bad or wrong. The mind thinks that's what it does. We want to just notice when the mind comes in. And we want to notice these moments of space. And maybe if you're beginning, or maybe you've been meditating a long time and you just happen to have a crazy mind like I do, maybe there's not a lot of space. Maybe there's a lot of chatter. So we're not trying to get rid of the chatter. We're just trying to notice it, not take it so seriously. So next we're going to do the end of the aum, and really notice where you feel the vibration of So breathing in deep into the belly, and on the exhale, mouth closed, making the sound. Mm. Again, noticing the vibration in the body and noticing what happens after the sound is finished in your awareness. Breathing in. Mm. Again. Mm. Mm. Now we're going to put them all together. Ah, ooh, mm. And we're going to do that 3 times. You can go along with me, but if your breath is longer or shorter than mine, go at your own pace. There's no right or wrong. Whenever you're ready. And again, tune into the feeling of the vibration in your body. The sound does not matter. Breathing in. Ah, oh. Ah. After this next one, we're going to go into a period of about 10 minutes of silence, coming back to the breath again and again, noticing what's in your awareness, seeing if you can allow what's in your awareness with using the breath as a connection to the present moment. So after this aum, we'll have 10 minutes of silent meditation. Breathing in. Ah. I invite you to join me in completing our practice with 3 ohms. Whenever you're ready, breathing in. Oh. 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 May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. Namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. Thanks for practicing together.